Yo, yo, yo. I was waiting for my game to load, like Overwatch. Oh my gosh, just load already. What's up, everyone? YouTube stealthxknight has returned for some more Overwatch 2. I'm back. Hopefully everyone is having a good Monday. May. It's Cinco de Mayo in May already. Dude, I remember when it was 2024 just last year, guys. And obviously 23. And 2022. 2021 and 2020 and 2019 when I had graduated high school. It's been 6 years since all that, you know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy, like that time. Man, I don't know. I'm just kind of I've been thrown for a loop, honestly. For just like the past. I mean, I'm 24 in 2025. Me personally, so I'm just like, dude, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited to be back on Overwatch. We're going to continue the grind on Stadium while we still have time to actually do these challenges. So we got like, what, like 49 days left for the Stadium initiation. And we only have 7 days. Only a week left to complete the Gundam challenges. But I've made progress in all of these. I'm like actually a little over halfway done with these ones right here. Almost halfway with this one, playing 50 games. So I'm doing pretty good right here. These Stadium ones, though, oh my gosh. I think this is probably the challenge for everyone. Win a Stadium with every launch hero. So I've already done 2 of the tanks, Junker Queen and Orisa, and right now I'm working on Diva. So, pretty proud of that, honestly. But yeah, I mean, happy May, everyone. You know, happy 20... I mean, I know, like, I was saying, like, Happy New Year at, like, the end of January, like, start of February. But, I mean, it's 2025. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in 2025. Like, there's no... It's not January. It's not February. It's not like that early phase 1 type shit. Yeah.
First in the game and first in our hearts, it's Diva.
It always makes my webcam laggy in these loading. Like in these menus, I can tell on my stream that my webcam and stuff is lagging while I get into the actual game right here. But my audio still comes pretty clear. It's just laggy, like, while we assemble for our heroes.
Hold on to your hard drives, folks. The game is about to begin. You can't go wrong with all-star rosters like these.
But I appreciate all the love and support right here lately on my old YouTube stealthxknight channel.
What tactics will the teams come up with this round?
At that third-person Overwatch gameplay. The fuck, bro?
The first round can't get here quick enough.
Hello.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
The fuck, bro? My fucking shit is so fucking wacky.
The armory is closing shortly.
But yeah, I appreciate all the love and support lately here on YouTube stealthxknight, guys. Again, happy May, happy Cinco de Mayo Day. You know, for those of you guys that celebrate.
3, 2, 1.
I saw Thunderbolts on Friday. Okay, I saw Thunderbolts 3 days ago on May 2nd. Friday, May 2nd, Friday night movie night with the fam at the theater. At our local IMAX. I live in a city with an IMAX theater, right? And I know people that know me and like they know like, oh, it's, but like no, like that's actually crazy. Like if you think there's not that, like the IMAX theaters are kind of scarce. in America. You know what I mean? I don't want to say scared, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you have your movie theaters, your theaters, but like IMAX screens, they're kind of a little bit more just kind of hard to come by because it's a more premium experience. You know, I'm not trying to say sound all bougie or anything, but if you know IMAX theaters, if you've been to an IMAX movie, right? I've seen The Dark Knight Rises in IMAX, right? Like, those theaters are amazing, and it's not just the theater design or the seats or the layout, but it's everything coming together in that IMAX theater, right? Like, everything from the actual movie screen you watch the movie on, to the seating, to the surround sound, to the actual like spacing, right? To the actual room that is in an IMAX theater, right? To the actual theater room itself. I mean, it's just amazing. And I've been so lucky, blessed. I don't even know how I'm doing this, right? That's why I want to stream. That's why I want to talk to you guys, right? The stealthxknight Sanctuary Knights, my streaming Sanctuary Knight, whatever you guys want to call it, my stealthxknights. Right, like my sanctuary, you know what I'm saying? Like my place that I go to with all these thoughts in my brain about, you know, not only comics and movies and television, but just like how I'm feeling about it, right? I think a lot of us kind of get lost in the sauce, and I think streaming nowadays has actually become a lot better, at least for someone like me, because I get to just kind of go online and yap. And just yap and stream, you know, and I know my webcam and everything, you know, it might not be the most optimal, most advanced setup, but it gets the job done, and letting, you know, me tell and show you guys that, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying, in terms of Marvel movies and gaming and stuff, like, I'm a fan. I always will be. That's the whole reason why I sought out a bachelor's degree in screenwriting. Like, I thought about it, and I was like, what do I really want to do here? Like, what do I really want to say? You know what I'm saying? That's all I kind of learned about. I'm still learning about it. You know, kind of just really just kind of honing in on the gist and being able to quickly summarize an overall plot and give a good arc, a good main conflict. I think that's something that I really kind of, you know, I constantly learn about it, but I'm still kind of struggling with it in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like, really just kind of focusing on the main conflict, the main plot at hand, and not getting lost in all these subplot details, you know, and all the funny stuff. I mean, I love it. I mean, the more I was thinking about it this morning, I was like, why do I really like movies? Right? Is it just the action? Like, do I just want to see people just fight and someone die? Like, no. I love character design, right? I love character archetype, right? And I love how characters can change through that arc and archetype. Oh, unfortunately lost. How unfortunate. I'm playing Overwatch 2. Shout out to Marvel Rivals. All right, I could be playing Rivals right now, you know, but I'm talking about, but like, no, like, Overwatch, I mean, with the Transformers collaboration and everything, I mean, it just kind of shows you, like, potential in all of it. But yeah, I mean, just everything, I'm a fan. And it's all a cycle, right? Like, the more I've thought about it, the more I've really pondered the idea of it, it's like, dude, filmmaking, movies and television, gaming, it's all like one big family. You know, obviously, like, music and movies and soundtracks and scores are like the main thing that everyone looks to. You know what I'm saying? Myself included. But I love prop design. I love character, arc, and story. I just love how it all comes together. So it's not just the action. It's the characters. You know what I'm saying? It's the characters. It's for sure the characters. It's the archetype. It's the journey and how they can change through that character archetype. And how, you know, and they're still the characters that you know and love, but what's special about it is how it, again, all kind of comes together. You know what I'm saying? And, like, now you're watching a movie. Now it's not just some soundtrack you're listening to.
The armory is about to close.
Oh, fuck.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm so confused right now. Am I stupid?
Capture the objective.
Constantly, it's like the weirdest thing ever, dude.
The objective unlocks.
I'm just trying to send out a link so, you know, we'll know that I'm streaming. I mean, I'm a streamer, right? I would love to have more viewers. But I mean, okay, I was talking about this with Alarion the other day, dude. Like, we were just talking about this. Like, I love streaming, we love commentating, but like the way I'm doing it right now is like so good for my mental health. Okay, because every now, even when I'm not doing a webcam stream, I'm just playing the game, somebody will want to show up. Somebody's gonna show up and just say something. And like, I don't ever want to stream, like, I always want to be the topic of, like, not like, oh, I mean, it's my stream. Like, I always want to, like, drive the conversation with, like, my passions, my things and likes, and then, like, kind of be able to converse with other people. I don't ever want to, like, you know, be streaming and have the, like, you know, it's, you know, you feel the need or obligation or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to respond to every single chat message. And I'm not saying this like I get right, but what I'm trying to say is like people come in to see some absolute weird shit. So it's like, dude, like I just want to talk about the things I like. And again, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to talk about it as like I know any better. I'm just a fan who wants to see good shit, which is why I talk about Marvel's Avengers so much. And like the fact that that game was actually developed to the degree, to the level it was made. Like, again, I sought out bachelor's in screenwriting, right? Like, at first it was kind of minoring a little bit, I guess you would say, in my college studies, right? Like, I really started out with the film production. I mean, that's kind of what you would, I think that's kind of how most filmmakers are, is like they start off with film production, they learn about sound. I certainly learned about sound and sound mixing in movies, and then I went on to like production and you know, creating a call sheet and creating a booklet and creating a pitch and creating just a cast and just developing a storyline to be shot, filmed, edited in post-production, and then finalized for that, you know, final product, feature length, short feature film, whatever it may be. And that's kind of how I've just kind of continuously just come into it, and I've reminded myself that it is not easy to do. You know, it's so much easier for me to go live on a stream and talk and just talk about the things I like, talk about and just yap, you know what I'm saying? But you know what it's not easy to do? It's not easy to sell people on an idea, you know what I'm saying? For example, a Marvel game or a new movie. I mean, that stuff is just not easy to do, and yet people come together for those things. People always come together for those very, very specific things, and that's what's exciting to me. That's what's made me want to stream more. I'm actually so blessed and thankful and fortunate and lucky that I've been able to stream with some of my closest friends as of lately. I mean, this year alone, Marvel Rivals, Larry and I have been killing it. We might not have had like the best games, just because, you know, it's rival, but I think we've been having fun. It's just been fun. Like, yeah, no one wants to lose in a video game or in a game in general, but like, we're having fun. You know what I'm saying? I'm certainly having a lot of fun streaming with you guys. It's why I come back to games like Overwatch, is because it's not so much to me like, oh, I gotta play Overwatch to play Overwatch, but like, I genuinely like just streaming the game. You know, I genuinely just like streaming the game to you guys and talking to you guys about it and just having a good time, yada yada yada, whatever the case may be.
Competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out on top? The arena is calling. Our teams have 20 seconds left.
Oh.
The time for preparations is almost up.
Oh. Wow, my
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, just a lot has been just going on, and like, I saw Thunderbolts Friday, May 2nd. It's May 5th, right? So it was 3 days ago, and it's just like, I've been to, literally, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen all of these Marvel movies with my family, and then I've seen a few of them with my friends, like close friends of mine. I've seen Endgame with my close friends. I saw Captain America: The Winter Soldier 2014 with 2 close friends. I saw Spider-Man Far From Home 2019 in high school with some of my best buds. Right? I've been able to go back and rewatch movies like Captain America: Civil War with some of my best friends. I've seen the Marvel movies, like the majority. I've seen like all the Marvel movies with my family. All right, with my parents, with my brother. Right? I've seen The Dark Knight Rises with my mom, my brother, and my dad. Like, that was like, if not like seeing the Avengers opening weekend with my dad and my brother, it would be like seeing Avengers Infinity War opening night with my mom and my brother, right? Because, you know what I'm saying, my parents switched off. Or it would be seeing The Dark Knight Rises midnight release with my mom, my dad, and my brother, right? Because my parents are, you know, they're together, at least for the whole I mean, you know, it's, and I'll never forget what my mom says to me too. She says, someone will continue the story. Someone will pick up where this left off, right? When the Dark Knight trilogy ended. And like, I'm super young then. I'm thinking to myself, like, I mean, we could, you know, I want to see another Batman movie directed by Christopher Nolan, but I was young enough, but I'm also old enough. I was 11 in 2012 when The Dark Knight Rises came out, so I'm old enough to know that, like, yeah, this is like the end of this story. Maybe we might get like a spin-off, you know, sequel. We got Batman v Superman by Zack Snyder. That's the most sequel I would say to Nolan's trilogy is Zack Snyder's Batman. I'm not even trolling. All right, you think of all those years of fighting villains in Gotham, Batman, and then Superman shows up, right? Like that's how I see it. That's how I believe it. And it makes sense, right? Like Batman has to upgrade his suit, right? Like he can't just, right? But like that is like why I love the experience and being able to share it, because I still have those memories. And like I'm only gonna be able to be blessed and fortunate and lucky with more life to continue to share moments with people. I mean, that's what I never, like, I talk about so much, but I never like planned to see Avengers Endgame with my friends. I wasn't like, after Infinity War came out, the next year we're all gonna see this next. I never know. I was like, you know, but we get closer to Avengers Endgame 2019. It's like, oh, do you guys want to go see Endgame? And they all showed up. You know what I mean? Like I knew they would in my heart. Like I knew it, but it's a different feeling until you're actually walking into the theater. All right, it's me, 5 other of my friends, my best buds. My best friend is there. That grew up from across the street with me. Like, who knows how close this is to me? Like, who would really know? You know what I'm saying? Like, one, right? And it's just so special because, again, I have those memories. And I knew it was all possible. When I got the tickets, I was like, oh, we're seeing Avengers Endgame, right? But it was still, like, weeks. Almost, I would say maybe a month in between, right? It was maybe like 3 to 4 weeks out from and actually seeing Endgame. And I'll never forget it. I'll never forget going to Hawaii after our prom, and I spent a week in Hawaii the week before Avengers Endgame came out. And then I get back home, you know, I get back home a week before Avengers Endgame drops. So I spent a week in Hawaii, and then I got back at the end of that week, you know, at the start of the new week, and at the end of the week on Friday night, Thursday night, I had seen Avengers Endgame. I went first to see my mom and my brother, honestly. Okay, I think my close friends would know. It's like, yeah, he's gonna go see it. Like, we can't wait up. But I did go see it again the following night with my friends who hadn't seen it. None of them had seen it. I was the only one who had seen it. And I tried my best to make sure that they weren't spoiled anything. Which hopefully it worked out for the best part and not compromising that movie experience. But like that is like I hope they enjoyed the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the Avengers Endgame is one of my favorite movies. Not only because it's an Iron Man superhero comic book movie genre, but like it kind of makes you think. I think Avengers Endgame is so special to me because, yeah, the hype of Avengers and Marvel, but like whatever. You can think of whatever of that movie. There are so many other, not only Marvel movies, but just other movies. Right? Like Avengers Endgame is so special to me because it's one movie that is just so really well made and produced, and there's just so much work that goes into it, like all the talent, everyone from the casting actors, actresses, the stunt team, the casting director, everyone, the directors, the writers, everyone. I mean, everyone in that movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I know as a fan, it's like we only think of like, you know, like Kevin Feige or the directors, the Russo brothers, or the writers, Steven and Christopher Marcus. But like, I mean, I'm giving a shout out to everyone. Like, I know, right? Like the stunt teams, like those people, everyone that actually works on the movie. I think this is one thing that I've learned, if anything, too, studying screenplays, is like, you're a director of your film, you are the captain. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to make sure everyone is like kind of, you know, on, not even just kind of, no, it's just like, everyone on a production for a movie like Avengers or Marvel has to be on the same page. Otherwise, the movie kind of falls flat and some things get left out, unnecessary things get put in. And I'm saying this after having seen and been to so many movies. And I think that's just why Thunderbolts is more special to me now, more so than ever, because I'm not like going into these movies, you know, trying to top Avengers Endgame that I saw in theaters with my family, or Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition 2016 that I saw in theaters with my dad and my brother. You know, like I'm not trying, no. I'm just trying to just like enjoy the new movie I'm seeing, enjoy it for this movie, and also kind of like pair that up with the idea that I've just been to so many other great Marvelous movies before. Like, you know, one of my college buddies asked me, right? A screenwriting buddy, he asked me in one of my courses, right? right? He still follows me on Instagram. Like, we still, you know what I'm saying? Every now and then we shoot each other some, you know, memes and stuff. But he asked me, he's like, you know, just 5 stars on Letterboxd for all your ratings, you know? And it's funny too, because I really, you know, everyone, like people that I'm around, it's like, you know, they rate their movie. All right, you get 5 stars to choose from, right? It's the equivalent to on a scale out of 1 out of 10, what would you give this out of 5 stars, right? Right, with 1 star being the lowest and 5 being this is absolutely 5-star amazing. It's a 5-star movie. It's a 5-star meal, right? It's because each one of those 5 stars, to me, is really, really vital and important to showing that, no, I watched this movie. I didn't just turn it on in the background, okay? I didn't come in with a preconceived notion to, like, take that 2-lettered box. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a screenwriter. I never, ever once go to Letterboxd to, like, no, I just go on there just to log in list movies that I've seen and create some lists and share them with people and kind of meme in the comments. That's why all my ratings, if I genuinely did not enjoy a movie, or I felt it was anything less than a 5-star, I'll give it a 4 or a 3, 3.5 or a 2, or maybe even a 1, right? Like, but I've been to all the movies I've seen, right? Like, the ones that I've lost, right? I've enjoyed these movies. Okay, I've enjoyed the casting, I've enjoyed the production, I've enjoyed the work that went into a multi-million-dollar, $100 million, like billion-dollar movie. It doesn't matter if it's Marvel or whatnot, right? And I think other people have probably gotten a little bit more critical of their movies. And I'm not saying this because of the MCU, the Marvel. Like, no, get that out of it. No, I think people have become more critical and overly critical just because of the way that, you know, cinema has become shaped through media and technology, you know, as of recent years. You know what I'm saying? I think Letterboxd is definitely responsible for some of these more pretentious notions when it comes to filmmaking, but it is also responsible for the fandoms being united. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I go online and I see some bullshit Letterboxd ranking. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the thing. It's like, oh, let me rank these movies. Kind of gauge with you my level of enjoyment for them. Holy shit. And I sit here saying all this as Sabrina Carpenter, like, takes the Met Gala. By the way, shout out to Sabrina Carpenter, okay? Look, I watched her in, you know, Girl Meets World, like, on Disney Channel, right? That was when I was first introduced to her. And I thought she was a great actress, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was fine. Like, in terms of Disney Channel shows and shit, like, she was definitely, like, a show stealer, right? Like, a starlight spotter, right? We would call it a show stopper, a show stealer, right? Like, she stole the show. And I think that's why, you know, watching her now is just amazing. It truly is just amazing to watch Sabrina take the stage and, you know, earn the fandom she's been earning. But I'll say this too. When I was in Hawaii, all right, a week before Avengers Endgame, I remember, I'll never forget this. I remember we were in our hotel room, my younger brother and I, and we have the television on, right? Like, we're just watching the local, you know, Disney channel and Disney Channel. Oh, Disney Channel, right? It's familiar to us, right? Like, we know shows on there, like Zack and Cody, the goated ones, things like that. The one with Jenna Ortega. Oh my gosh, that 2018 Jenna Ortega Disney Channel series.
We're almost ready to get this game started. These are teams you could only dream of. Welcome to the Armory. It's time for the teams to consult their playbooks.
I don't know what's going on right now. My fucking phone is just bugged the fuck out, and it's pissing me off right now, man. But yeah, there's just, yeah. But yeah, like, you know, it's just, and I love the meme, right? Like, I go online and I see the meme of Sabrina Carpenter, like, oh, she reminds me of Toy Bonnie, right? Like, and again, I have no, like, actual, I'm not saying this, like, no, I'm very, she's so pretty, right? Like, but like, I think the hype of it, right? Like, I think we're hyping up Sabrina Carpenter, you know what I mean? And it's fun, it's cool because, like, yeah, like I was in high school, right, when I started seeing some of these, you know, like on Disney Channel, right? Like, we turn on Disney Channel in our hotel room, but it's so cool because we're hyped for Avengers Endgame, and yet here's this familiarity on Disney Channel, and, you know, this is kind of backtracking a lot, but when we were in Hawaii, right, a week before Endgame release, we're watching through the channels, and we turn on Disney Channel because it's familiar. What are some of the commercials that are playing on Disney Channel? What are some of the movies and the shots and the hype they're building up? It's Avengers Endgame. Why? Because Disney owns Marvel. Like this, by then we all know that Disney owns Marvel. But it was so, I still have like images in my brain, like clear images on my brain, like looking at the television screen and like seeing Avengers Endgame Captain Marvel, Avengers Endgame Thor holding Stormbreaker. I'll never forget that. And it was like showing the characters right on Disney Channel, because they know like a lot of these kids are going to go see Endgame. A lot of these kids know the Avengers. Growing up, they know Spider-Man and the Marvel heroes. And it's so cool to me because, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go see Avengers Endgame with my friends. Like, that's the movie I'm going to get to see with my friends in a week. Like, just days away from, like, we're going to leave. We're going to fly out of Hawaii on a nice, safe flight, right, by some talented pilots. They got us home in America, landed safely. And then I'm going to be able to go see Avengers Endgame, right? Like, during like, one of my last spring breaks as a high school student. Straight up. Like, it's crazy to think about that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 24 years old right now. And I saw Endgame when I was 18 years old. That was 6 years ago, right? You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, 6 Infinity Stones, right? But come on. Okay, if you know anything about the Infinity Stones, you know that each one is vital and necessary to actually performing the user's fulfillments, wishes, or the snap, the blip, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, not one thing could actually be left out in that snap because it wouldn't work. You know, you need the Mind Stone to link all the stones together and to actually make it work and to actually perform exactly what the user wants. You know, you need the Power Stone to actually perform the drastic power of, you know, killing or, you know, reestablishing life. You need the Soul Stone to make sure that every living soul in the multiverse, in the universe, in the known universe is affected. You need the Time Stone to make sure it happens throughout the same time and presence. You need the Space Stone to make sure that it happens throughout the universe in space and time. You know, you need all 6 Infinity Stones. Okay, you need the Reality Stone to make sure that it actually happens in our reality. And it's just like learning about that though. You know what I mean? Like I don't know everything about Marvel. I certainly haven't read nearly as many Marvel comics as others. You know? It's really the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Why? Because when I was growing up, my dad showed me those original book adaptations of the Silver Surfer, of Daredevil, of Namor the Submariner, of the Avengers and Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, right? Like that's how I knew. It's like, oh yeah, these are based off of books. Because I know books and literature, but these are comic books. So it's just a different approach to telling a story, right? You have really, really you have really, really quippy and witty dialogue. You have a lot of good action, you know, like a lot of good like characters doing cool things on the panels. And again, a different approach to telling a story through these pictures, through these images. And I know them as books, right? The Russo brothers refer to them as books, like the books, because they are comic books. You know, they might have pictures in them. They might not be chapter-based, but they are volume-based, issue-based. They require a level of detail that you aren't going to get anywhere else.
We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come. Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins.
We're running out of time. Move quickly. How's it going?
The armory is about to close.
Just taking out the trash.
3, 2, 1. Capture the objective.
And yeah, I mean, it's just like growing up, like knowing them as comic books is kind of what's just like giving me like a way just to kind of communicate. I mean, it's just like it's all a point to communicate, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think streaming just kind of helps me elevate that communication in a way, because I just kind of get to spew out my thoughts, a lot of my ideas. You know, I certainly have a lot of ideas, something like Marvel's Avengers and an Avenger. I mean, that's the thing. Like when it comes to an Avengers game, I'm gonna be honest, as a streamer, it doesn't get better than Marvel's Avengers and Marvel Rivals. I'm gonna refer to it as Avengers because that's my primary focus. You know, Rivals is like fine. But you know what Marvel Rivals doesn't have? It doesn't have the abilities for you to allow like customization in terms of like your gear and loadouts before you go into a raid and such like that, right? Because again, Marvel Rivals is not the game that Avengers is. You know, I want to see like an Elden Ring adaptation of Avengers. You know, that kind of scale of gaming. I want player versus everyone raids. You know, with my friends and I to go up against the drones, and I also really want, you know, player versus player type raids, and you know, like a PvP mode essentially would be really, really fun for a new Avengers game. But here's the thing: we have Marvel Rivals. That is access to the Marvel Universe in a way that hasn't really been done before, but it's heavily inspired by games like Overwatch, Overwatch 2, Fortnite, you know, past Marvel games. I mean, certainly Ultimate Alliance is like a huge inspiration for that game, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Just based on the roster, the fact that Psylocke is in the game, Magic, right? Like characters that people actually want to play as versus like the MCU Avengers, right? And now this is something that a lot of people aren't going to realize as time goes on, but you know, Marvel's Avengers 2020 is actually essentially an adaptation of the Avengers 2012 movie. And I'm so right about this because look at, you have the original 6 Avengers from that movie. You know what I'm saying? And then where the game really succeeds and shines, in my opinion, where I fall in love with Marvel's Avengers in a way that I haven't fallen in love with any other Marvel project before, because I know Marvel already, like being older, is that it's its own self-contained thing in the larger grand scheme Marvel Universal multiverse. You know, like it really furthers the idea of the multiverse before Marvel and the Multiverse Saga actually really ever took off. You know, that's what Marvel's Avengers is to me. It's an Avengers game for Avengers fans, for Marvel fans, right? Like if you're a fan, you know, and I know a lot of the other community members are like super critical, and like, you know, the reception of it online has been poor, and I mean, it's been delisted. But like Marvel's Avengers, by its truest and most reality form, is not a successful game in comparison to games like Marvel Rivals that have a huge success and reception from the fans and like everyone, right? But you know, Marvel's Avengers didn't, you know, it didn't make a huge profit, you know, like Fortnite does, which, by the way, Fortnite is a free live service game that pushes its marketplace more than anything, you know, and yeah, there's free rewards and battle passes and such, but you know, that's what Marvel, you know, that's what Overwatch, you know, Marvel's event in Overwatch, right? Like, Marvel's Avengers, my favorite game on the planet right now. You know why I love it so much? And I talk about it with my friends, you know, Aaron, all the time. Because it's the GTA Online Avengers game that I was waiting for when it was announced. Right? Everything about it, like everything that I play in it, right? It's an imperfect game. But the things that I'm able to do in that game specifically that I cannot do in a game like Overwatch 2 in terms of streaming, Marvel Rivals in terms of streaming, even like the Batman Arkham games in terms of streaming, right? Like I know I'm talking about another game I'm playing Overwatch 2, but that should kind of give you guys the impression, if you guys are just like aware of my YouTube channel, watching this live, unlive, whatever, is that like I'm playing Overwatch 2 streaming just to kind of take a break from Marvel's Avengers, because I have streamed so much Marvel's Avengers. I have legitimately streamed Marvel's Avengers like one too many times on this channel here, and I've commentated over that game well over enough many times over on my Twitch and here on YouTube. Truthfully, I just want to continue to share that passion I have for Marvel's Avengers, because it's bled over, it's bleeded over, it's bleeded over, it bleeded, it's bloodied over. I don't know what I'm trying to say, right? But it kind of cycled out into a game like Overwatch 2 for me and Marvel Rivals at a time when Marvel's Avengers didn't exactly get to the point I wanted it to be at, right? And what I mean by that is we didn't get War Machine as an added-on hero. We didn't get Falcon. You know what I'm saying? The only black superhero that I get to play as in that game, right, is Black Panther. But I still get to play as Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, the Winter Soldier, Kate Bishop, Miss Marvel, the Mighty Thor, right? I'm not on PlayStation when I stream the game, even though I have it on PlayStation, but Spider-Man is exclusive to one of the 3 few platforms that the game was actually available on.
Another round down, and it's safe to say
And
the teams are in the
look, I'm just gonna say this right now. If you're gonna make your new Avengers game, you know what? Go ahead and have an exclusive character on a platform like PlayStation. Just see how well your game. I'm just being sarcastic, but no, do not do that. Okay, don't make Spider-Man exclusive to PlayStation. Like, if anything, that hurts Marvel's Avengers,
The arena is calling
and it just adds on to the pile of shit that that game was given. At a time when, like, Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or Fortnite or all these other games, all these, Battlefield, Call of Duty, all these other games just get it right. And if they're not getting it right, well, then screw off, because they're just gonna do something else, right? Like, Marvel's Avengers didn't even do something else. It just kept being this one-sided game. And by the way, I love Marvel's Avengers. I play it. I appreciate Bill Roseman, Sean Escayeg, Vincent Napoli, everyone. I love that game. But what I'm saying is, like, some of these design elements and all these other factors that are really, you know, off to other people in the fandom, right? Like, to me, I'm like, but you could have just done it slightly better, right? Or things like that, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, going the extra mile and things like that. And look, it was not an easy game to develop. You know what I'm saying? I read things about in the Art of the Game book all the time about how, like, the nanotech missiles, for Iron Man were, like, a last-second addition. Like, it was, like, one of the last things they actually developed for that character, which is, and that's crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, think about how long a game actually takes time to develop, and the art direction, and the concept art, and the, you know, the pre-visualization, everything, and the pre-production that goes into developing not only a movie, a song, producing an album, a television show, but video games. I mean, that's crazy. All the animation, all the wiring, and the coding that goes into it, and, like, the DNA of a computerized video. I mean, that's... And the fact that we have Overwatch 2 and Marvel Rivals, the fact that we have Marvel's Avengers, I can play it on Steam. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I am just, yeah, it's just an absolutely interesting time to be, I'm a fan, and I find it more interesting so than ever because I have a voice like other fans do, and I have a huge feeling, sooner rather than later, we're gonna see a lot more of what we not only fell in love with Marvel, but like what Marvel is to us, like how we are, you know, how we, you know, perceptualize and how we perceive Marvel. I mean, the fact that people are online, all right, saying about the new Marvel movie, the new Thunderbolts Marvel movie, saying that, like, oh yeah, this movie, like, I feel seen in this movie, right? Like, I think about that, and it's like, I do feel seen personally in this Marvel movie, and I felt seen in, I shit you not, a lot of the Marvel movies, even like the Marvels 2023, which is a female cast movie. I felt a little seen in that movie. Why? Because Nick Fury's in the movie, and I've been following Nick Fury around since Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? Why do I feel seen when I watch the Marvels? Because Kamala Khan, you know, she's a female superhero that we haven't had a lot of in the MCU that are like close to my age, that are like young, that are like wanting to be heroes, that like, you know, like Kamala Khan is one of my favorite, and I'm not saying this because of Marvel's, I'm not saying this because of Marvel's Avengers, but Kamala Khan quickly became one of my favorite MCU and Marvel heroes in general, just because of the attitude of that character that I feel not only through Marvel, and by the way, Marvel's Avengers is my favorite adaptation of Miss Marvel. Why? Because she has the Miss Marvel MCU suit. I love Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel, and I cannot wait for Avengers 5, Doomsday, whatever that's going to be. I'm just saying. No, but then I am excited for the next Avengers 5 Doomsday movie. That's going to be super exciting to get like a new Avengers movie with all different Avengers. Yeah, we're going to still have some of the main heavy hitters like Ant-Man and Thor and Sam Wilson's Captain America. You know, Clinton Barnes' Hawkeye, I'm hoping will show up, but I really want to see Daredevil in the new Avengers scene and Spider-Man. But we're going to have like the newcomers, like the newbies showing up, and I think I'm saying this right now as I stream, the newbies, the young Avengers, the new Avengers, I mean the Thunderbolts have already showed up and showed out. So the new Avengers, the rest of the all new, all different Avengers, holy shit, man. I think Mighty Thor is going to come back. I think that's why she's in Valhalla and like that plane of existence. I mean, I don't know how to explain this, but the fact that Thor Love and Thunder post-credit scene actually happened the way it happened, and like we saw Heimdall in Valhalla with the mighty Thor, Jane Foster, I think there's gonna be a moment in the next Avengers movie where Thor kind of realizes where he's at and that he is in Valhalla, and that it's not the end of the story quite yet. Like that's what Thor Love and Thunder was to me. You know, that fourth Thor movie was good in showing me that there's more story to tell with Thor. There's more story to tell with the Marvel characters that you know, you love, the Avengers. And they're going to continue to do so. Whether or not the fandom actually responds to it, I mean, look at last year's Marvel movie. The one Marvel movie we got in 2024 was Deadpool and Wolverine. Why? Because it's time to get the Deadpool trilogy to a Deadpool trilogy, right? We've already had Deadpool 1 and 2. You know, Deadpool 2 actually came out in 2018, by the way. In 2018, when we got Avengers Infinity War in theaters and Spider-Verse, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 2018, and when we get all these movies and Ant-Man and the Wasp and Black Panther in theaters, we also legitimately got, I shit you guys not,
How's it going? Just taking out the
we got Deadpool 2. I'm sorry, I'm like blanking on that. But I actually saw Deadpool 2 with my close friends. That's another movie I actually went out into the theaters to see with my close friends. Didn't plan to go see. I mean, we planned like, oh hey, let's go see Deadpool and Wolverine. Let's go see. I mean, let's go see Deadpool. Let's go see Deadpool 2, right? But we didn't like plan to go see it like months or weeks out. It was kind of like a weekend thing. Like, oh, Deadpool 2's out in theaters this weekend. You guys trying to go see it? Like, we did, and it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Deadpool and Wolverine as a Marvel movie. You know, I really do enjoy the Marvel movies, right? I enjoy gaming, I enjoy talking about it. And I'm very much excited for, like, the next 4 Marvel. So the next 4 Marvel movies are the Fantastic Four First Steps in July. And they're filming Avengers Doomsday, like, right fucking now. So... as a Marvel fan...
아직 전투 중이라고. Greetings.
I'll just never forget being in one of my history of cinema courses, and when we finally got to watching X-Men Logan 2017, you know what I'm saying, like that comic book adaptation movie featuring Hugh Jackman, a movie that had so much hype built around it because we wanted a more serious Wolverine character, right? Like Wolverine he's the X-Man. He's the main X-Men character that we've been following around, you know, throughout. I mean, Wolverine is one of the main characters of Marvel Ultimate Alliance too. So that's really when I was like, oh yeah, Wolverine. Like I already knew the X-Men movies, and I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. And X-Men: The Last Stand, and X-Men Origins Wolverine. But like Wolverine, you know, Steve Blum, you know, his voice as Wolverine, like he's Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the voice of Wolverine. Like I only hear him when I think of Wolverine. I'm just saying, but I hear Hugh Jackman too, right? Yeah. And, you know, we're just sharing our thoughts on the X-Men movies, and everyone around us feels one way about the X-Men, you know what I'm saying? And these superheroes and, like, all of this stuff. Everyone feels one way. But everyone, again, has different flavors and tastes, and, you know, I'll just never forget the individual, the woman sitting next to me in my row. She was talking about how she had this passion for going to San Diego Comic-Con and collecting comics. Shout out to Professor Winter. She's just a phenomenal professor, and kind of helping me kind of shape my brain and getting me to think about some of these things I would not have thought about if I was just an amateur student of film, right? Like I'm still a student of film, but I'm a student of film with a bachelor's degree in script and screenplay writing, so I think I have a little bit more knowledge than the average person would, and that just really excites me. It just really excites me for where the future movies are gonna go, because we have had a period of like, all right, what are you doing, Marvel? You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not going to agree with everything that people say, but like Quantumania, in comparison to like other Marvel movies, and you know the original Ant-Man, Ant-Man the Wasp, and Avengers Endgame, even in Civil War, it's like, damn, it's like, did you drop the ball with King the Conqueror, or did something just happen with that movie? I mean, you know, it's one thing to one thing. But like I enjoyed Quantumania. Why? Because I like Paul Rudd as an actor acting on behalf. But he is Scott Lang Ant-Man in the MCU. He's like that original character. Scott Lang from the Marvel Comics in the MCU, but he just, you know, I just really love and enjoy how it all comes together. And I'm watching Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but I love the Wasp as the character and Evangeline Lilly's performance as the Wasp. You know, like that's how it goes to me. You know, I love Catherine Newton's performance as the new Ant-Man, right? Like stature. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love all that. I'm a fan. I'm just a fan. I'm a fan.
These teams are giving it their all for a shot at the win. Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins.
Time's almost up and we need more kills.
I'm just a fan, really, and I think that's just like the most exciting thing to be able to like say, like, oh yeah, like I've studied this, because I'm still like a fan. Like, I want to work with the material so I could share it with other fans, you know, of myself, of the fandom. You know what I'm saying? I want to serve the fandom, because ever since I was a kid, right, like ever since I played my first Marvel superhero co-op fight, that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is my introduction, was my introduction to like superhero gaming and like, you know, the fandom in general. Because playing that game, that roster, I knew like, oh shit, like there are other characters in this game that someone else is gonna know way more about than I would. You know, Penance, Psylocke, fucking Black Panther in Ultimate Alliance 2. Deadpool, for example, I was introduced to in Ultimate Alliance 2. Like, that's when I was first introduced to Deadpool, was Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. A Marvel game centered around the Marvel Universe, and Deadpool is one of the main... He's a supporting character, but he's a supporting character in the story, but he's one of the, like, playable characters, which then he makes him a main character by definition in the co-op gameplay, because you can actually play as Deadpool, right? But in terms of, like, the story, like, the written, cinematic, you know, action sequence story, Deadpool shows up for a boss battle, which is such a perfect way to introduce him. And I've never been able to quite shake that experience out of me, because I've always enjoyed playing other video games, right? Like, I've always loved playing Call of Duty Zombies with my friends and multiplayer and like going sweat mode. Like, that was like freshman year of high school for me. It was like Black Ops 3, and like sophomore year and junior year was like Infinite Warfare, you know, Rainbow Six Siege type shit. You know, even before I started high school, I think that's what's hitting me now, is knowing that I'm older than I ever have been. Right? I'm the oldest I ever have been. I'm 24 years old right now. And as I speak this into my streaming sanctuary, you guys, I am the youngest I will ever be right now. I'm the oldest I've ever been in my entire life. Right? I'm 24. Like, I'm so old right now, guys. I'm an old man. But I'm so fucking young and full of so much energy. It's insanity. It's crazy, absolute, pure insanity. And I just cannot thank you guys so much for subscribing, for stopping by. Like, that's why I don't live stream. You know what I'm saying? I just get on and I stream the gameplay and I yap. And if you guys want to stop by and say what's up, that's great. If you guys want to stop by and lurk, it's a lot of love and it goes a long way. If you guys want to watch the VOD, the video on demand after, that's why I made this. I didn't make it to be live and like get you guys while I'm live. Like, no. I just want to content create and yap and share my ideas and game, you know what I'm saying, in a chill way that I haven't ever been able to do before. But like, this was always in my mind when I was like, you know, when I wanted to do it, and I can do it now. I can do it now. I think that's like the main fucking thing, is that I can fucking do this shit now, man. Oh, I activated my ult, didn't I? I got ult canceled by the dome. It like froze me, that's troll. Let's go, man. I need to win that game. I needed to win that game, bro.
Let's take a look at this highlight.
yeah, no, I'm just a fan. I'm 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 a fan. So that's why I bring up like Marvel's Avengers when I'm playing Overwatch 2. I'll be playing Marvel Rivals and I'll bring up Marvel's Avengers, right? Like another game, like a whole other game, right? Like a whole other game. I'll bring it up because I've grown up with a game like Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. I was talking with my friend the other day. He said, "Oh, the Spider-Man game that I played, Spider-Man friend or foe." And I remember playing Spider-Man Friend or Foe on my Xbox 360. That is like one of the best adaptations for Spider-Man, not only through like a Marvel Universe type deal, but for just Spider-Man and gaming in general. Like you have all the whole Spider-Man universe to be playable as. Blade, the Green Goblin, the New Goblin, Venom, Sandman. I mean, Mysterio, right? Like that game was packed with Marvel characters. From the Spider-Verse, right? From Spider-Man's world, right? Spider-Man Friend or Foe. And it was like a video game adaptation of like what it would be like if Sam Raimi actually did the Spider-Man 4. It was like a video game adaptation of like, okay, what if we did like a multiversal Spider-Man story with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, right? Like that game is literally Spider-Man Sam Raimi trilogy coded.
Look at that game face. It's nearly time to start the game, and the crowd couldn't be more excited. Looks like the heavy hitters are coming to play. Welcome to the Armory. Time for the teams to gear up. Time to power up. Powers are impactful modifiers that define a build, so competitors must choose carefully.
Yeah, and I'm just a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
We're just getting started, and it's anyone's match.
I'm a fan, I'm a fan, I'm a fan. Right? It's okay. It's just like so many examples, right? And I'm playing Overwatch 2, but like if you're playing Marvel Rivals right now, or if you know Overwatch 2, just like other games of like this hero shooter archetype, like you know, like oh my enjoyment for Marvel Rivals is like through the roof, but I'm taking a break from it for now, so I can play some of these Overwatch challenges. I mean, there's just so many avenues and ways to go about developing a story, a game. Which is why, again, a lot of the things I've just like read online from like these, you know, again, and I have to remind myself, it's just like other fans of the fandom, because they're fans too. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm never trying to talk like, oh, this person has some ridiculous opinion about X, Y, and Z. But like, you know, when it comes to the things that I personally enjoy, like Marvel's Avengers or Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy or the MCU or Young Justice, it's like, dude, you need to understand that like not everything is what it's, you know what I'm saying? Like Optimus Prime says it best, there's more than meets the eye. And I'm just like I'm not like still struggling with it, but like every day I'm like, oh, yeah, more than meets the eye. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to be like that guy or anything, but it's true. It's a very much the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just, that's why I love streaming and the stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. It's like, I don't fully, I hope it is. My hope is my hope that like this, but like my truth is that I just love the mood. I love the television. I love the gaming. I love the fandom. okay? Because I know I'm not the only one who gets hyped and excited for this stuff. Like, I'm really excited to be back in the theaters, not only for, like, the next Avengers movie, but just a new Marvel movie and a movie in general. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go to the movies, and I'm like, oh, man, like, I've been to the movies before. I've seen all these great Marvel and DC movies, man. It doesn't matter if it's not a new Batman movie or an Avengers movie. I'm in the theater, and I'm just ready to enjoy this story. Yeah, okay, some things might irk me, and I might kind of get a little confused by things, but, you know, as long as I understand the beginning, the middle, the end, some of these minor subplots that kind of come back to kind of wrap the story up, and these funny moments and these running gags, you know, that's what tells me I'm learning and I'm still a student of film when I'm able to do that, versus, you know, what I was saying earlier about just like taking this pretentious film buff way of thinking and going to Letterboxd. Like, no. Again, I rate my movies 5-star because each star to me is like something that I picked up on from the movie. The fact that I bought a ticket, you know, the fact that I actually went to the movie, the fact that it actually played, the fact that there was good score, soundtrack. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what is a 5-star to me, is a well put together movie. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see myself in the foreseeable future giving a movie anything less than a 5 stars, unless the movie is genuinely that, like, not, you know. But I haven't been to a movie like that. Even Ant-Man Lost Quantumania, I'm watching it and I enjoy it. Why? Because I love the performances on screen. I love the relationship between Ant-Man and the Wasp. You know, the drama aside, okay? Drama aside, this is where I separate the artist from the artwork. Jonathan Majors had a very, very captivating and interesting performance as Kang the Conqueror. Like, in terms of MCU villains, we haven't really had that rawness in an MCU villain. I'm not just saying that because he's a black guy, but you're putting a black Kang the Conqueror against a white man, Ant-Man, in a Marvel movie. Dude, that is just banger for banger, banger. I thought the movie was going to do really well at the box office, I'll be honest with you, and it kind of did. Apparently, it... You know, it did really, really well opening weekend. So much so that the other Ant-Man, like the other two Ant-Man movies, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp, those movies, you know, like they didn't perform as well opening weekend as Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but it still didn't provide that return that, you know, the Disney higher ups are kind of looking at, like, oh, this is a banger now. You know what I'm saying? Because in retrospect, the movie wasn't really all that to go out and see in theaters more than once. And I'm telling you guys this right now. I actually went out and I saw Quantumania more than once in theaters because I actually like the movie. Like, thinking back onto it now, it's like, dude, I was really, really excited for that new Ant-Man movie. Why? Because everything that I had actually went to go and see fulfilled me on that. Even the post-credits and, like, the very, very end of Ant-Man Lost Quantumania was, like, a setup for Loki. Season 2. Which came out later that year. So we started off 2023 with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania in February, and we capped off 2023 with Loki Season 2 and the Marvels, you know, for the Christmas season. Oh my gosh. You know, I'm just going to shout out Marvel Studios right now. Thank you for the Marvel 2023 run. Thank you for the Marvel 2023 run. It wasn't perfect. Obviously, everyone's going to say that other years are better, but I think 2023 was damn fucking strong for Marvel. And I'm not even just talking about Spider-Verse. Right, but let's look at the Disney Plus, you know, shows, for example. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We had Secret Invasion. You know, may not be the best one, but it's still a Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson led project. You got Loki Season 2. Okay. You had the Marvels in theaters. You had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in theaters, which was like, that was like the movie of the year for everyone. It was Guardians 3. And in retrospect, it did fulfill for a lot of people. I actually prefer Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Like, I really, really like 2. I think they did a really, really good job with that one. And the original is just the original, right? Like, we can't ever forget, like, the first Guardians. And I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. In fact, it's way better than I'm even making it sound right now. I love Guardians of the Galaxy Volume. I loved all the rocket stuff. I love Rocket when he gets in the ship, right? And he's pushing the ship forward. He's doing the rocket. The Rocket's doing the rocket. But man, oh man, I gotta be honest. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, you know, Kang the Conqueror, that was kind of was a little bit more close to me just because I grew up watching Next Avengers, Heroes of Tomorrow. And you know, there's a Kang Easter egg in there, you know, in the beginning of the movie, right? When they're talking about the villains the Avengers have defeated before, you know, you get Kang in there, Zemo, Loki, Claw. You know, most of the iconic Marvel villains that you know. And yeah, I mean, you know, and that's 2023 Marvel. I keep thinking, like, is there like one more show I'm missing? But no, like, I'm remembering, Marvel Studios 2023 released 5 projects, 3 movies, 2 shows. And, you know, if we're going to rank them all, and yada yada yada. I mean, I think it was pretty damn strong, especially for a year when people are gonna look back on 2023 like that was like Marvel, like, oh no, but really it wasn't. That was just Marvel doing the Marvel Studios.
Overtime.
I've got you in my sights.
Looks like the win was out of reach this round. Here's our score. 0-2. You can really tell who the playmakers are.
I was only...
Next up, the teams are facing off in clash. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial.
Oh yeah, what if? I'm like forgetting about it. Like, what if season 3 came out in 2023? I'm like, but there was like a Christmas thing that I'm missing that wasn't Hawkeye and it wasn't the Guardians of the Galaxy volume, the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Like, there's like one thing that came out that was very much in line with the Christmas season. And what was it? What was it?
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off.
What was it? It was What If Season 3, 2023. They released one episode each day leading up to Christmas. I mean, there's only 9 episodes for Season 2, right? So Season 1 had 9, Season 2 had 9, and then Season 8 had 8. Season 3 had 8, excuse me. Imagine there's 8 seasons of What If. That would be awesome. But yeah, and I'm like, I watched What If Season 3 over, the Chris. I had already graduated, by the way. But no, excuse me, I'm sorry. I was moving into my last semester. I graduated in 2024. I graduated college in 2024 with a bachelor's in screenwriting. This is my screenplay. It was listed under screenplay option, on the site. But it's my bachelor's degree in screenwriting. I have a bachelor's degree in screenwriting, script writing, feature-length films. And yeah, and so in 2023, when I'm watching, What If Season 2. In 2023, right? Like, I'm watching it, right? And I actually watched, I think I watched, like, the Hela episode on New Year's. For New Year's. I rewatched the Hela episode for New Year's, and I rewatched Endgame for New Year's for the snap. But, like, it's crazy to think that, like, that was all, right? Because What If came out in 2021. Which I think that year, 2021, is, like, a banger year for Marvel. So much so that people would not actually love to give it credit for where it's due, because the banger movie of that year was Spider-Man No Way Home. Like, that movie actually overshadows what Marvel was really trying to do, and I think they were just trying to blow open the multiverse that year, and they did. They were successful at it. I'll never forget being on social media the week of Shang-Chi, right? Like, the week Shang-Chi came out in theaters, and the same week I had seen the new episode of What If. Season 1, Episode 4, What If Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hand. That's arguably the show's best of the best. Like, it's probably the show's best episode, just in terms of everything. I really enjoy it. It's one of the episodes I actually come to quite a few times. I really love that episode. It actually made Doctor Strange one of my favorite characters in the MCU just from that episode alone, because it really shows you what they're doing in, like, the main MCU continuity with the Avengers and, like, Infinity War and Stephen Strange. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a multiversal story. That's why it's called What If. And so that connectivity tissue, right, with all those Easter eggs in the background and the monsters that Supreme Strange was absorbing. Strange Supreme. when he was absorbed, right? And then you see one of those creatures in Shang-Chi, right? Like that same week. Like that is just good writing, good production, everything. Everything was so cool about that.
Let's take a look at this highlight.
Right, so yeah, I'm looking at a post online, right? Rank the 6 projects of 2023, right? The 6 MCU Marvel Cinematic Multiverse projects. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, February 2023. I give that, honestly, I give that like a 7.58 out of 10. And this is coming from like a hardcore Ant-Man fan. Like, I'm a pretty hardcore Ant-Man fan. I haven't read all the comics, but he's one of my favorite Avengers because of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Yellow Jacket and Goliath in Ultimate Alliance 2. That's when I was first introduced to Yellow Jacket and Goliath, was the boss battles in Ultimate Alliance 2. And let me tell you right now, Kevin Feige, Marvel Studios, the Russo brothers, just make the conflict between the Avengers, the new Avengers, and the young Avengers, and all those heroes, make that conflict actually have some weight in the next Avengers movie, right? I'm not trying to say think of Thanos, but like, Thanos was a threat in Infinity War and Endgame. He was a threat. Like, you didn't want to mess around with that dude. You want to fight that dude. Just do that. Just give us the fights. Okay, if anything, the Russo brothers can do something in the MCU that they always have done before, but it'll be new, is just give us banger action sequences. We know they could do it, and I'm not even worried about it at all for Avengers 5 Doomsday. Okay, I still think Infinity War has, like, some of the most, like, action. Like, if you want, like, the best of Avengers action, watch Avengers Infinity War 2018, but the original Avengers movie 2012, Avengers Age of Ultron by Joss Whedon, excuse me, Whedon's Avengers 1 2012 and Avengers Age of Ultron, oh my gosh, if you want like a good Avengers story with good action and stuff, watch those movies back to back. I love Avengers 1 and 2, especially Avengers 2 Age of Ultron. Like, Whedon like made that movie for me. I'm not even trolling you. I rewatched that movie on my Blu-ray collector's edition just to share the details of that movie, just to share the idea that that movie has so much value to it. Then off right now while I'm on shoot. This is my red ray. This is my red ray. Okay, this is my red ray of Avengers Age of Ultron. Alright, I got this for Christmas in 2016. My dad got me this for Christmas in 2016. This to me is like owning a comic book. All those comic books of Avengers and Ultron and Ant-Man, it was adapted for this one movie. Right now, I have my own comics. I collect comics. You know, I have a really nice collection of and such. But I haven't read nearly as many comics, and I don't have like a library. I have like a nice little spot on my family shelf of my comic books. Right, got both DC and Marvel, and I'm blessed for that. But let me tell you right now, one thing, okay? That YouTube and streaming, right? I got my Spider-Man Homecoming shirt on. I've been rocking this since Friday night. I haven't taken it off. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I mean, I know I just need to like shower. I showered Friday night, and I haven't been doing like any crazy activities where it's like, oh, I'm like fucking dirty. I need to take a shower like a meat. But I'm gonna say this I'm not trying to sound like a fucking sweaty, smelly nerd who just sits here. No, but like you should shower every day. You should shower every day. Yeah. I'm not trying to get on live streams like, oh, I haven't showered. But it was Friday that I saw Thunderbolts. Saturday, Sunday, it's Monday. Okay? I haven't showered for 2 days. Is that gross? I mean, maybe for some of you icky people out there, but I haven't been like out super sweating. I've just been kind of like at home, just kind of washing the dishes, you know, driving my brother to places. Yeah, like I haven't been going like out. When I went out was on Friday night. But okay, yeah, so I'm still rocking. I've gone to sleep the past 2 nights, and I've woken up the past 2 nights with this shirt on. I don't think it's that dirty. I'll wake up tomorrow morning and take a shower. Look, guys, I'm not trying to be sounding embarrassing, but what I'm trying to explain to you guys why I still have this shirt on. Because I saw Thunderbolts on Friday night, and I just haven't taken off my I got the Spider-Man Homecoming t-shirt. Just do it later. I love this thing. My mom got this for me because I saw it online. And I was like, because this was when Spider-Man Homecoming came out in theaters in 2017. I was like, dude, I just want to have like, you know, right. It looks so good right here in this, right? Just do it later. He's wearing his Midtown Tech Institute jacket, his yellow jacket, and he's sitting on the Nike sign, right? Just do it later. And if you know the if you know the poster like the main official movie poster for Spider-Man Homecoming 2017, you know he's just kicking it back. He's just laying back. He's just chilling. Spider-Man's just chilling. He's just chilling by Avengers Tower. And yeah, I mean, again, I just can't get enough of the fandoms because, you know, Thunderbolts really did deliver on, like, a good movie. I really wanted, like, Thunderbolts action sequences, right? When you have Black Widow, John Walker, Ghost, Taskmaster, Red Guardian, Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, the Sentry, right? When you have, like, all of these characters in that movie, it's like, okay. But I like that they kind of went against the tropes of, like, Marvel movie action set pieces, if that makes sense, right? Like, there's still action in the movie, but it's not like, you know, this Marvel movie where there's have like really good main event and then it starts leading into all the other crazy shit. Like, no. This one main event in the beginning of the movie happens and it the characters rethink about what they're actually here and trying to accomplish and who they want to be, what they want to do. And it's a really good mirror. Like, holy shit. One thing that I learned being a screenplay student of film script writer with a bachelor's degree in screenwriting, script writing now, and studying production and all these things is like cinema, shout out to Professor Winter, is a mirror. It's a mirror of not only society and our beliefs, but like the world. It is a mirror to society. It's a mirror for social views and our political views and who we are as people and like all of these fucking things. I mean, look at Sebastian Stan as an actor. He portrayed our current president in a movie. That is the art form. You know what I'm saying? It's not meant to, I mean, a lot of other people take it out of context and they do all of these wicked things, but our president is our current president of the United States of America. Like, he's our world leader. So, of course, there's going to be television and movies and podcasts, whatever, books, right, that are going to criticize his work as our leader because that is not an easy job. When you are the leader, you are going to be held accountable for, I shit you not, like everything that fucking goes on. So yeah, I mean, you know, these tariffs on foreign film, I don't understand it to a full degree, but this is our political system, and I am very much for democracy. I'm not gonna get up and tell you guys who I voted for, but I'll tell you guys this right now: Marvel's Avengers is my favorite video game, and Kamala Khan is one of my favorite Marvel superheroines. So I don't know how like the time-space continuum works, but I think it's really cool that Marvel is like so much so ahead of the game that like there is a character, an original character, all right, got nothing to do with, you know, what you might be thinking about ahead of time, but the fact that she is named Kamala Khan, all right, Kamala, similar to the female presidential candidate Kamala Harris, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not just trying to say this as like, but like there is just something to take note on in society, that the fact that we have in recent years, I was actually able to vote for one of the two female presidential candidates because Hillary Clinton was in the running when I was a freshman in high school. It was like 2016 when that election was going down. And I am honestly just very so much full of passion and excitement where things can possibly go in the future. Because I do think, like, as a man, right, like, I look at all the presidents before, it's like, yeah, we've seen, it's been a guy up there, it's been a guy up there, it's been a guy up there. I think it'd be really cool if we can elect a very well established and smart and just, like, a good leader that isn't a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we need a new leader, and it's not always that has to be the guy that has to be leading. But that's just kind of where my mindset is at right now. You know, even my dad, you know, feels similar about this too. You know what I'm saying? So everyone is just kind of like in a different spot right now, which is fine. It's fair. It's cool. But I think that there's just something of value to take note on. And you know what? Hey, if that, you know, female presidential candidate doesn't win, then there have been 3. Okay, there have been 3 female presidential candidates, and that is like something that I want like all my ladies out there just to understand. Like, there is like something going on that is of value, that is of like a good lessonal value to this whole thing. And the fact that we can all like kind of agree in these, you know, and just share in these moments and things. I mean, I know I'm not trying to get like political or anything. This isn't what this channel is about, but like it's me and my way of like sharing you guys like who I am, where I'm at in this space and time, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was me my freshman year of high school. Was like that was what was kind of going down. Was that candidacy between Clinton and Trump. And then I was actually able to vote. That was the first time I voted, was Biden v. Trump, that presidential candidate thing. And then I voted again down to Kamala Harris and the now President Trump. So it's just, again, it's a very interesting time, and just a lot of things are happening. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably one of the more interesting things that have happened recently, that there are going to be these tariffs on foreign films that are produced outside of the United States by U.S. filmmakers, by American filmmakers. And, you know, one thing that I've learned is that it actually is cheaper to go out. That it actually is cheaper to go out and to produce that film outside, because those countries actually want to attract, you know, the U.S. Interests and the dollars, like that funding. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh yeah, come here, come shoot your movie at our location. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously they have to pay and stuff, but it is like an open thing. Like, oh no, it's fine, right? Like, I like that about society now. We've reached the point where, like, you know, countries are being more and more open to people coming to their place and filming. You know what I'm saying? It's like if my friend, my buddy, it was like, hey man, you can use my backyard to shoot, you know, in the shed over there and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's awesome. That's awesome. That's so cool. And yeah, I mean, I just can't get enough of it. I really just cannot get enough of like where we're at in the space and time. I'm gonna go put this back. Yeah, Avengers Age of Ultron Collector's Edition. Joss Whedon. I think one of my favorite things Joss Whedon mentions in the director's commentary is how like he structured Ultron's demise. And the fact that the Ultron actual tear in his chest, all right, when Wanda tears through Ultron's chest at the very end of the movie to rip out his core, that is the same tear pattern that Tony Stark sees in his vision. Holy shit! Awesome. That's awesome.
The first round can't
That's
get here
awesome.
quick enough.
That's good character, right? That's good setup and payoff, right? Like the Russos really did come in and take what had all been set up in the first two Avengers movies and all the other prior MCU movies, like Iron Man, Captain America, the first Avenger of all movies, right, with the Winter Soldier and the Red Skull and Hydra, right? Like, oh my gosh, like that's why I fell in love with screenwriting and script playwriting, is because you can layer all these cool things in your movie, in your script, on the pieces of paper, on the page, and when that page is solid enough, you can hand it over to your cast and crew. You can hand it over to your production team. You can hand it over to executives so they can look over it and give the green light on the movie. Like, I love the process of making movies because I am like so far away from that. Like the closest I've come to it is studying scripts and screenplays and working on short film student productions. That's the closest I've come to it, because I wanted to understand what it would really take, you know, to work at Marvel, or like what you know, what are they looking for? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are these things? And you know what? I really still don't even know. I have no idea. But one thing that I knew was that I needed a portfolio. And let me say this right now: with Marvel's Avengers and Overwatch 2 and all these games that I'm streaming, it is not the exact way I would imagine me to develop myself in that portfolio way. But as long as I'm able to get up live and yap and commentate about, you know, some of these things, it makes it feel a lot more real to me than watching the fantasy world of the Marvel Universe, or, you know, the fictionality, the fiction that is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, what's non-fiction to me is the details that Joss Whedon gives about his development process and his creative ideas and his methods going into Avengers Age of Ultron, right? And like, I didn't know that he didn't, you know, like, he had other production teams, you know, he had other units working on Avengers Age of Ultron because it's such a massive movie. So to keep his mind and his arms fully wrapped around like this massive giant that is Avengers Age of Ultron, I mean, it might be the most difficult thing, but they pulled it off. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the first movie had some insane success for the comic movie genre and Hollywood and stuff, but oh my gosh, the success of the second movie, I mean, you could see why it was perceived the way it was amongst fans, and now it's only aged like fine wine, Age of Ultron. Because it's the Avengers sequel. to the original Avengers movie. It might not be perfect, but to me, it's pretty damn good. Okay, it's pretty darn good. They got a good villain. All right, they didn't write themselves into a corner of like bringing back certain villains. All right, they brought Ultron to the MCU. Okay, they brought back Haley Atwell's Peggy Carter for a really cool moment. They put Heimdall in the movie for a really cool moment. Like characters that probably should have been in the original Avengers movie, 2012, but the story just didn't have the time, room, and space for that. So Kevin Feige's like, all right, we got to do something about, you know, what the fans are asking for in the sequel. Right, and you know, Joss Whedon's team, everyone, they're like, all right, well, maybe if Thor has like a vision, he'll see Heimdall, and it's like, that's our way to get him in the movie. You know, it might not be the most official way, but, you know, in Avengers Infinity War, Heimdall's in the movie. Unfortunately, he dies, and all these other things. Yeah, again, it's just really, really exciting to me, man. And just to yap about this, just to be on the fandom. Again, I saw Thunderbolts 3 nights ago, so it's like when I'm talking about Marvel's Avengers, it's like, yeah, I want to play as Taskmaster, or I want to play as Yelena Belova. I say Elena. Yelena Belova, a Black Widow. I want to play as the Red Guardian. I want to play as the U.S. agents. I think I might have blanked a little bit earlier on like all the Thunderbolts team members, because you know the situation with Taskmaster, right? But like Taskmaster is a villain in Marvel's Avengers. He's the first boss fight that you actually learn in the game to get you to understand how future boss fights and raids and Omega level threats are gonna work. You fight Taskmaster on the Bay Bridge in Marvel's Avengers 2020. It's like, dude, Bill Roseman, Sean Escayag, Marvel Games, please. If you're gonna give me like a new Avengers game, give me that. Okay, like you guys understand the assignment. Just give me that. Straight up. Yeah, I have so much energy, but like I can kind of feel my body like telling me like, alright, because I kind of went to sleep a little early last night, so like my sleep schedule is kind of getting back more in line, sort of kind of thing. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for the love and support lately. I'm rocking the Spider-Man tee. We're in the Marvel universe. We got Superman in July. Like that's the next movie I'm really excited for. But we still got some more Marvel bangers this year. You know what I'm saying? We got Wonder Man on Disney Plus. We got Ironheart on Disney Plus. Some like good streaming shows I'm pretty sure are gonna be damn good at this point. Like I'm confident that they'll be good shows. Whether or not anybody else enjoys them as much as I will, I mean, I don't know. Ironheart Riri Williams would be perfect in Marvel's Avengers as a hero update, especially with all the new augment abilities, the way Tony Stark works in the game, all the Stark tech, the Vibranium Sonic, all the cosmic, you name it. Oh my gosh. And we also have the Fantastic Four First Steps coming out in July. You know what I'm saying? I think that's actually movie of the year for a lot of people. Why? Because it's the Fantastic Four. We haven't had a good Fantastic Four movie in a while, really, retrospectively. And you know what? I'm really excited for the Fantastic Four First Steps. The trailers have all been great. Everything looks great. They got the crew behind WandaVision to work on the new Fantastic Four movie. And I think that's what really fans are excited for. Like, we like our Captain America Brave New World. Why? Because it's Sam Wilson in the MCU. Like, Sam Wilson earns his stripes as the new Captain America. He showed that to everybody, like, why he's the new Cap in his movie. If you don't believe him now, well, you're going to believe it soon. Come Avengers 5 Doomsday, you're going to be watching Black Captain America. So for all those racist motherfuckers out there, well, have fun. Have fun purchasing a ticket. Or maybe not. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just stream Avengers 5 Doomsday when it comes on streaming later in 2026. No, but seriously, I am so excited because I have enjoyed Marvel since I was a kid, since I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Like, my opinions on the genre haven't really swayed much. The only times I really kind of get a little irky, or when things, I don't know, it's just like when I hear like, about all this like behind-the-scenes drama that, like, to me sounds unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the Jonathan Majors stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was necessary to, like, inform the public, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was gonna find out. But what I'm trying to say is, like, it's just like, why are some people doing some certain things when it's just like, you're making movies? You know, I love what Denzel said. About, you know, it's just a movie. You know, you're just working on a movie.
Don't move. We have a lead.
You know, it's just a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a luxury, it's a blessing, but it's just a movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not a firefighter, you know, and that's like, that's what I keep coming back to, is like this pretentious viewpoints on like some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never want to get like in the way of the idea that like superheroes, the comic movie genre, is like elevated. Like, no, that is not it. If anything, to me, it just represents why I enjoy so much of what we enjoy. You know, and why it's so good in the art form to like pay respect and pay homage to like these very serious events. You know what I'm saying? Like Marvel in the New York and the Marvel Universe and all their events, and the Battle of New York. You also have, excuse me. You also have just a very good reflection of society. And I just love the reflection of it all. You know, what I'm trying to say is that, like, you know, like, for example, Joss Whedon's Avengers Age of Ultron features a really neat Easter egg and connectivity issue between that and the original Avengers movie, in that, you know, where Avengers Tower is built, you know, you actually see in Avengers Age of Ultron, they've rebuilt some of these statues to pay respects and homage to the frontline workers of the Battle of New York, right? Because Battle of New York is not supposed to be like some 9/11 type thing, but it is an alien invasion taking place in New York. These are the Marvel comics. What is the very real reality that these movies are trying to remind you of? And it's the fact that we live in a world where a grand, beautiful, big city like New York City, New York, NYC, it has had very real and tragic moments happen in our history. Now, I wasn't even born when that happened. But like that's one of the first things they teach you in history in school, is like, no, there was a very real situation that happened where the United States was attacked, okay? And I'm not trying to bring this up to stir like a conspiracy thing, like I'll be like a weird on the internet, but I'm trying to say is that, like, there is so much enjoyment in the art form for me, in the fact that we can relate to one another and we can share life and our history through movies, through making the art form look cool, through gaming, through streaming, through music. You know what I'm saying? That's why I brought up Sabrina Carpenter. All right, because not only did I check her out on some of these not only did I watch her performance as an actress on Disney Plus in Girl Meets World, but like, she's one of these younger artists that like some of my friends might be really into, right? Or people that I know that are like really into Sabrina Carpenter and her music and her style. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, for womanhood and females, like, that's like a really cool thing to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, like, it's Batman, it's Optimus Prime, it's fucking Overwatch, it's the Thunderbolts movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how I communicate with people. So forgive me for my yapping, but that's just like kind of where I personally feel at home. You know what I'm saying? At home. I kind of wish they kept the home title for the Spider-Man series. You guys wish that too? Spider-Man Brand New Day sounds cool, but like, I don't know. Spider-Man Home Run could be cool. You know, let's get a baseball reference up in there, especially being in the new. I think that would be a banger Spider-Man. Like, knock it out of the park. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man 4, Spider-Man Home Run. Or maybe like Spider-Man Home Base. Touch home base. Or maybe Spider-Man 4th Base. I don't know. That sounds kind of, you know. You don't have home in the title. But like, yeah. I think Spider-Man No Way Home was a good title for that movie because they wanted to keep the home theme kind of going. Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home. And I think what I realized too now, more I think about the Spider-Man Far From Home movie, it's still Spider-Man. You have Spider-Man in the title, but what does the Far From Home mean? Well, in obvious things, in obvious, you know, ways of looking at it, it's because he's far from home. Where's Spider-Man's home? New York City. He's always been New York. I think all the other Spider-Man movies, for sure, without a doubt, take place in New York. Like, he doesn't ever leave New York in any of those Spider-Man movies, except for Captain America Civil War, which isn't a Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man Homecoming was set in New York, don't get me wrong. Spider-Man Homecoming was set in New York. But Spider-Man Far From Home, it starts off in NYC. Well, I mean, it starts off in New Mexico. Right, but Peter Parker's journey is, we start off with him in NYC. He's in high school still. Oh, movie's so perfect. this is one of the more perfect high school movies. Not only Far From Home, No Way Home, but Spider-Man Homecoming is one of my personal favorite Marvel movies of all time. I saw it in theaters multiple times. I saw Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters with my mom and my brother in Las Vegas, and then I went out to go see it with my dad and my brother at our theater in our hometown here. Because at the time when I was with my mom and my brother, we were in Vegas, so we got to see Spider-Man Homecoming. It was awesome. Oh my gosh, and it's cool too. We did not see Spider-Man Homecoming in like an IMAX theater, but the theater that we went to in Las Vegas, the Cinemark, holy shit! It was in one of the hotel rooms, It was in one of the hotel's casinos. It was in.
1-2. You can really tell who the playmakers are. The teams are up next.
I'm like forgetting the hotel in Vegas that we stayed at. We didn't stay there, but we.
Another round down, and it's safe to say the teams are in the zone.
Shit.
The arena is ready and waiting. 20 seconds to go. Not long now until the teams lock in for the round.
The Orleans Hotel and Casino. I don't know why I'm like blanking on that. It's just because I haven't been to Vegas in a while. But like off the top of my head, I'm like, what hotel? Like, I know what it looks like, and I know when I see it, and I looked it up on my phone. It's the Orleans. So the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, right? It's not on the main strip like a lot of the other really famous, awesome hotels like Bellagio that I love. My Bellagio. Or the Marriott Grand Chateau or the Cosmopolitan, so we didn't see in a hotel casino on the strip, but it was, it's still like right there, you know what I'm saying, like it's still in Vegas, and it's, it's right there. It's just like a little bit off the strip. If you know where the Orleans is, that it's not directly on the strip in Vegas, like the main strip. But it was so cool because we're in Vegas. We're watching the new MCU Marvel Spider-Man Homecoming in 2017. This was fucking 8-9 years ago already. In 2017. It was 8 years ago. And let me tell you this right now. That was one of the best theater experiences I had. Because let me say this, it was not an IMAX theater. But we're in the theater in a Cinemark in the Orleans. Like, dude, it is just so nice. It feels like an IMAX. Like, when I remember looking back, seeing Spider-Man Homecoming 2017, I'm like, okay, I know I didn't see it in IMAX. But holy shit, those seats that we had, that theater, the crowd, everyone. Like, that was perfect. One of the best experiences I had watching Spider-Man in a movie theater. Like, Tom Holland really is one of the best Spider-Mans, you know what I'm saying? He had his debut in Captain America Civil War 2016. And I think just from then on, we all wanted to see, like, okay, make a movie about that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you put it in the MCU, maybe get, like, other Marvel characters in there, like Iron Man or Captain America, right? But, like, make a Marvel movie about Spider-Man, you know what I'm saying? I think that was, like, huge for Captain America Civil War, and, like, that it wasn't just a Captain America Civil War movie between Iron Man and Captain America, Steve Rogers, but it was a movie about the Avengers, and like who's the Avengers leaders, like who's the guy that calls the shot. Like, we gotta make movies are about one main. There's always gotta be a protagonist and an antagonist. Now you can have multiple protagonists, you have multiple antagonists, right? Captain America has multiple. Captain America Civil War 2016 has multiple protagonists, multiple antagonists, but it has to be about one main. You have to have like a lead, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's the lead of Avengers Infinity War, right? Well, you have the heroes lead, and you have Iron Man, Captain America, but like, who's the main? It's Thanos is Avengers Infinity War. Thanos in Avengers Infinity War is his movie. Avengers Infinity War is Thanos' movie. I don't know why I'm not sure to say that. But like Avengers Infinity War 2018 is Thanos' movie. Right? Captain America 2026, Captain America Civil War 2016 is not only Steve Rogers' movie, he's Captain America, he's the main character, but it's also very much the antagonist's movie, Black Panther. Yeah, T'Challa, you know, King T'Challa of Wakanda, right? T'Challa is an antagonist to the Avengers, well, specifically to Captain America's Avengers in Captain America Civil War, Team Cap. T'Challa is an antagonist. Why is T'Challa an antagonist? Because he's just on the wrong side. He doesn't have all the information, all the details sorted out, and he thinks that Bucky Barnes is like the murderer, which wasn't the case. But like that setup, right? So that in turn, Captain America: Civil War is not only just about the protagonist, Steve Rogers, Captain America, but it's also very much about the antagonists of the movie. Who? Team Iron Man, Tony Stark, Zemo, T'Challa. They're all blockades to Steve Rogers' story. This is how I study. This is how I interpret everything that I see it. So I look back at Captain America: Civil War. They're all blockades to Steve Rogers' overarching story in that proving Bucky's innocence, right? In that freeing Bucky from his history, right? Like it finally all kind of comes to a head in Captain America: Civil War. Like all that setup and payoff throughout the Captain America: The First Avenger movie, throughout the Avengers, throughout the Winter Soldier, throughout Avengers: Age of Ultron, right? That's 4 different Steve Rogers movies that I could think of. I'm not counting the Easter egg in Thor: The Dark World, where they really laid up the groundwork and set up and payoff for like this grand finale to Steve Rogers' story in Captain America: Civil War, where he drops the shield. That essentially is the end of that version of Captain America: Steve Rogers, who drops the shield. Yeah, he picks it back up. He picks it back up for Avengers Endgame. You know, Tony gets a shield back, which is great. He gives him the shield back, hands it to him, which is a really cool moment. One of my favorite moments in the MCU, but yeah, it's just one of my favorite movies to look back and reflect on, because like when I talk about Captain America: Civil War, I'm talking about Captain America: Civil War 2016, but I've already seen movies like Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, The First Avenger, Captain America: The First Avenger, The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, right? Like there's movies that I've seen that aren't just like, you know, oh, I need to watch this movie to understand the next one. Like, no, that's what Marvel is in its most basic general way of looking at it. But to me, what Marvel will always be is like, oh, what's going on in the Marvel Cinematic Universe now? Like, what comic is, oh, this looks good, let's check this one. Oh, this could be a good movie, right? And then it builds towards this grandeur narrative that when you finally see something like Avengers: Age of Ultron or the Avengers 2012 or Avengers Infinity War, it kind of makes you go, oh, shit. Because something of this caliber, might not be the exact same thing or story, but something of this Marvel caliber already took place in a previous film story that is just kind of enhancing this movie story overall. Because why? It's a new story. New stories are always enhanced by what has come before. You know what I'm saying? Like tons of movies, like copy and paste. I mean, like Star Wars is everywhere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe if you didn't know already. And there's just so much to enjoy about the fact that like there's so much relatability, there's so much shareability, so much relatability in these Marvel movies, and that's why I love them so much. That's why I talk about it, that's why I game, that's why I stream about it, because it's something that like I've kind of always been around and a part of, and I never wanted to leave that space. I never wanted to leave it because it's something that just like clicks with me. It just clicks. You know what I'm saying? You know, you might not understand it. Oh, right. Like in the end, it's like, damn, that was actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like going to see Captain America: The Winter Soldier 2014 was actually fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite Marvel movies to rewatch. Why? Because I saw it in theaters with my friends, like two close friends of mine. I actually went out and I saw the new Marvel movie with. And like it just didn't stop there. Like every Marvel movie since then is like trying to be good. It's like so. These are memories I will never, ever forget. Like seeing Captain America: The Winter Soldier, seeing Avengers Endgame with my friends, like actually going out, them actually being there. I mean, like, holy shit, man. And now I'm 24 years old in 2025, guys. I'll never forget being 23 years old in 2024, and 22 years old in 2023, right? Watching X-Men 97 at 23 years old last year. That was perfect Marvel, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't enjoyed. I'm okay, legitimately. I love Avengers Endgame. I love No Way Home. I love Infinity War. I love Multiverse of Madness. But like nothing actually hit me harder than like the shock and surprise that was X-Men 97 episodes 1 and 2, 2024, and how good it actually was for being X-Men 97. Like that was just like awesome. Like, thank you, Kevin Feige, for bringing back the X-Men. Because that's what I was talking about. I still think episode 1, to me, my X-Men is like my favorite. Okay, I love episodes 1 and 2, don't get me wrong, but my favorite episode of X-Men 97 is actually episode 6. Life and Death Part 2. Right, because in that episode you pick it up with Gladiator and Deathbird and like these Marvel characters that I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like know a whole lot about, and I haven't been exposed to them. Definitely not through like the comics, because I haven't nearly read as many, and the games obviously haven't quite featured them to the capacity that I'd be familiar with. But all in all, I really enjoyed that damn episode. It was a really good like palate cleanser after the shock and awe that was the event that took place in the previous episode, episode 5, Remember It.
There is no challenge I cannot face.
Yeah, man. I'm a huge fan of all this Marvel stuff.
Here's our score. 3-2. You can really tell who the playmakers are. Next up, it's time for Clash. The teams are gearing up. Every choice is crucial. We've already seen so much action, and there's still more to come.
This game's been going on for a minute.
Only 20 seconds left until we kick this round off. The armory is closing shortly.
And like, don't even get me started on the Transformers cross collaboration with Overwatch 2 that actually happened last year in 2024. That was freaking hype, and they should bring that back. Just saying this right now. Okay, I love Gundam, I love Avatar, I love all these cross collaborations you guys do. They're awesome. But the Transformers, that's what kind of kept me on Overwatch. That's what kept me playing a game like Overwatch longer than I ever have before, because I like the Transformers. I like the fact that I can load this game in and see my Decepticon player name card. I like the Transformers. I love the Transformers even, right? Like, I talk about all these comics, and like, dude, holy shit, I grew up playing with the Transformers action figures, and like, dude, like, fucking Transformers, man. Like, Transformers 2007 has been perfect. I love the Transformers movie. I think that film, I'm gonna Google it after this, but I'm pretty sure that film has been like saved to and for the national treasury of like preserving films for like future generations. I'm like certain that it is the way it is. I'm like, you know, the original Transformers 2007 movie, because it has so much cultural importance in terms of the fandom. And yeah, that's home to me. Is like Michael Bay's 2007 Transformers. Because dude, the hype that I had as a kid going into Transformers Revenge of the Fall in 2009, like that movie came out, literally they had like a year break between those two movies. Now as a kid, right, I'm thinking that's such a fucking long time being in school. But I look back on that, I'm like 2007, 2008, that is like a year break between the Transformers movies, like fine. And then 2009, 2010, 2011, right? Like that's crazy to me, right? Like that is crazy, because think about this. In Transformers 2007, like I was obsessed with that movie. And then 2008, what movie was I obsessed with? Well, there weren't any Transformers movies playing in theaters, and streaming certainly wasn't a thing. I do have the movie on physical copy. I mean, I didn't have the movie on physical copy at the time. I still don't have Transformers 2007 on a physical copy at the time. But like, I know I can just like, oh, like if I wanted to really watch it that badly, I can get it on DVD. Like my dad would hook it up. You know, we can get it on demand, right? This was before streaming and Netflix, right? This was way before all that stuff in 2007, 2008. It's 2025 now. I'm 24. So yeah, I'm definitely way older, and I'm older, the oldest I ever have been, but I'm definitely the youngest I ever will be right now, and I'm so young enough to remember all that. and I don't want to leave those memories behind. Because holy shit, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen in 2009 was like, that is Infinity War. That was Infinity War. That was my Infinity War at that age. Like, everyone in the theater was hyped. It was the sequel to the 2007 Transformers movie. It was action-packed. You know what I'm saying? Megan Fox is back in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like my favorite female actress. Like, you guys know it. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that, she was like, she's the original. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's the original Black Widow, at least for me. You know what I'm saying? And she was in Jonah Hex. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there might have been like some rumblings out there for her to be like Harley Quinn. Which I would have loved to have seen that, by the way. That would be something to see Megan Fox portray Harley Quinn, but yeah. You know, it's funny. My dad and I go to see The Flash 2023, right? So it's already been like 2 years now. And there's this poster in the background of this very famous and well-renowned female actress that I'm blanking on the name of, but like you guys know the Easter egg I'm talking about if you've seen The Flash. And it's cool to me because like I think about that and I'm like, oh, like that's all new to me, you know what I'm saying, with what my dad was sharing with me, you know what I'm saying, that like he knows about that actress. And like I think to myself, it's like, well, who is that for? And I realize it now, it's Megan Fox. Megan Fox to me was like that original, you know, Hollywood female bombshell. You know what I'm saying? Like she was really the very first. You know, I've always like kind of really like had like a very acute eye, I had like a very specific eye towards how I'm watching the female characters in my favorite superhero movie, comic movies, because I know, you know what I'm saying. Like we've had a bunch of male presidents, you know what I'm saying, and like they always run the same tropes of like the love story and like the femme fatale, and the the typical tropes, but Megan Fox, she kind of broke that thing for me. So fuck, my phone is like bugging out.
Only 20 seconds remain before the action begins. The armory is about to close. The final round is almost here. There's enough tension in the air to scramble my algorithms. 3, 2, 1. Time to capture the objective.
Stick with me for heals.
The objective goes live in 10. The objective's online. Oh, Soldier 76 is back in command.
That's a go. My head. Come out and face me.
Chop melted right there.
I've been knocked down before. Got eyes on an enemy.
And that's
feel
why
a
you
war
don't mess
inside.
with the yokai.
Enemy spotted. Over here. My ultimate is ready. Join me. Let the kitsune guide you. Fucking subtle infected.
Against all
Let's go. We fucking won, dude.
you love to see it, folks. Let's run this play back.
Raquel Welch. I don't know why I am like fucking blanking on this. My dad was like telling this to me in the theater, and I like remember. I remember like Welch. Yeah, so there's a poster in Barry's apartment of Raquel Welch. That iconic poster. From the movie 1 Million Years BC. Right, it's a time travel movie featuring the Flash, But yeah, that's just like one of my favorite Easter eggs because it's a poster that's on in the background in Barry's room. But yeah. That's like kind of what I'm like fucking bouncing all over. But yeah, I saw The Flash 2023 in theaters with my dad, who had already taken me to see like the Avengers, The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight. I've seen the whole Dark Knight trilogy with my dad in theaters. I've seen Avengers Age of Ultron in theaters with my dad. I've seen Captain America Civil War with my dad. I've seen Spider-Man Homecoming in theaters with my dad. I've seen Quantumania. I've seen Thor: The Dark World. I've just seen countless Marvel movies with my dad. I've seen Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk. I definitely seen Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk with my dad, and Iron Man 2. We watched Thor and Captain America: The First Avenger in our home on DVD. Hope we didn't have Blu-ray at the time. Because that's like early 2000s, like 2010, 2011. But I mean, Blu-ray is definitely a thing. But don't get me wrong, Blu-ray is definitely a thing. Like, but Blu-ray is like, I mean, streaming, in my opinion, now is the most premium and luxurious thing a young person like me could ever ask and wish for. Like, I actually do not know what I would be like without the streaming. I don't know. I just don't know. This is the streaming era. I'm able to stream and upload video games to YouTube. I'm able to stream directly from YouTube app on my TV and Netflix and HBO Max and Disney Plus and all these streaming services that my family, I'm blessed that we're fortunate enough to have, so I can watch what the people in the world are showing. You know what I'm saying? And through those services, I'm able to pay attention to the news and what's going on in the media. I mean, Twitter is like a very ridiculous app now, thanks to Elon Musketeer, but it's okay. Because I have so many thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. And yeah, I mean, just like that little Easter egg alone in The Flash, and the fact that my dad was able to point that out to me. So I noticed the poster in Barry's room, but I don't know who that is. I'm just like, oh, it's like a movie poster of like something. It's something. It's an Easter egg. It's something. My dad knows that because he's my dad. He's much older than me. He comes from a totally different generation. We've done Reinhardt, Orisa, Junker Queen, and Diva. I think I'm gonna go in as Zarya. I get these tanks out of the way. We've only got 2-minute queues. This is perfect. We're in it to win it. But yeah. I mean, like that. Like, so my dad pointed that out to me. He's like, oh yeah, that poster in the background of like that female actress from like that movie, like that black and white movie. That's the movie 1 million years BC, and that is the female actress Raquel Welch. I had to look up the name just because I'm like blank, like who was it? Like I don't know it. My dad knew it. And that is like, that's why I love, it's one of the many avenues and reasons why I love movies and I love television, is the fact that like there's something in it for everyone. Like my dad grew up with those original Marvel comics and those stories. Like that's the stuff my dad grew up on. And he was able to share that with me by showing me the books, right? But when he showed me those comic books when I was like 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4 years old, when he showed me those books, right, I go on to like other things that have already existed for quite some time. I was born in 2001. It's 2025. So like, right, like the video games for Marvel, Spider-Man Friend or Foe, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2. Like those are the Marvel games that I grew up playing. The Lego Marvel games as well. Batman Arkham City. Now, I know about Batman Arkham Asylum, but I was young.
Folks, this is a match you'll want to watch. Welcome to the Armory. Time for the teams to gear up. Time to power up. Powers are impactful modifiers that define a build, so competitors must choose carefully. The first round can't get here quick enough.
Yeah, I'm just so fortunate and blessed and lucky to be able to chat and stream this with you guys here, because I love like what I want to see, like an Overwatch movie.
The teams have 20 seconds left to prepare
I mean, maybe.
for the round.
Honestly, maybe I would be down for that, because here's the thing: you can never outdo the video game. You never can. But when you have the Super Mario Brothers movie of 2023 with Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, when you have the Minecraft movie, like a Minecraft movie with Jack Black acting his fucking ass off, dude. Like, I'm not bullshitting any of this too, by the way, right? Like Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Asylum, that's stuff I grew up on, by the way. So it's kind of doubling back on what I was saying about Batman Arkham Asylum. Look, I was young then, so it's not like I can just go out and get these games, right? Like, I have to be a good boy and ask my parents to get me these games and pre-order them for me and take me to GameStop and buy them. That's me at that young age. I'm, you know, thankfully now I'm older, so I could just... Jesus, man. They're always getting slaughtered by their tanks. It's like they can never... Like, these DPS never fight back on these guys. Like, what? So strange.
Energy protocols calibrated. My ultimate is charged.
I don't want to be sitting here playing this for a while, but I do want to get these tank games in. Yeah, right, like, so it's just difficult for me to get to a game like Batman Arkham Asylum at such a young age when I'm just young, you know what I mean? Like, I usually don't have much access. You know, I really have to ask and beg my parents to hook it up, and to which they do. My parents have, like, given me a life full of opportunity. It is so fulfilling to know that I have opportunity in a way that I don't know if I ever would have had it. But I know I have it, and I'm so blessed, so lucky, so fortunate again to be able to do this, which is why I just yap, and I thank you guys so much, because this is literally my passion, to be able to talk about some of this stuff. And so when Batman Arkham City, so Batman Arkham City 2011 comes out, right? I'm there and I'm prepped for it, all right? Because I had played the Batman Arkham Asylum beta, like, just over and over again on my Xbox 360, because that was the only way for me to get Batman Arkham Asylum, right? I could have asked my parents to get me the game a lot sooner and things like that, but, you know, I always just knew that, you know, when they put this Batman Arkham Asylum game out there, like, it would be out there waiting for me, right? Like, I'd be able to play it. It's not a Marvel's Avengers situation like it is today, where they would, like, remove it from digital storefronts and things like that. Like, no, Batman Arkham City, that AAA Batman game, it is here to stay, and it is one of the best superhero adapted video games of all time ever. So when Batman Arkham City 2011 is like, the trailers are out, got the release date coming up, I can pre-order it, I, like, was on a mission to make sure that I could play that game, like, when it drops. And my dad had taken me to Walmart, okay? Now, this is crazy because, you know, GameStop, and, you know, and the digital era is, like, starting to kick off, right? But I'm still getting my games on physical media. He took me to GameStop, and I'll never forget. He got me Call of Duty Black Ops 1, the original Call of Duty Black Ops, that first one. He got me Batman Arkham City on disc for my Xbox 360. It's like $60 each game, full price. It's Christmas time. I mean, these games just came out.
It's a fierce competition. Who will cave to the pressure and who will come out?
Well, maybe not Call of Duty Black Ops, because, you know, it was like a year later, but it's still pretty popular. Like, they're not cheap games. Like, they're fresh new physical copies from Walmart. I didn't pre-order them. They're not pre-owned. You know, they're still plastic on the covers. And he bought me those games. He genuinely, like, he went out of his way. He spent his hard-earned cash. He didn't have to, and he bought me these 2 video games that no, but seriously though, right? He comes over to my house, right? Lives across the street. Bro pulls a mission in the middle of the day, right? Because, you know, we're shooting each other messages, right? I don't think I had a cell phone at that time, so I was calling him, because, you know, but he's like, oh, you got Batman Arkham City, right? Like, I'm like, dude, come over, dude. I want to play Batman Arkham City with you. Like, and he came over, dude. I'll never forget. We were kind of going through the Iceberg Lounge. We were trying to figure out how to do some of these password cryptic sequences. And this is my memory I have with my best buddy, right? Right? Because we're trying to figure out the game. We're trying to do this. We're trying to get as far as we can in the game. He says to me, he's like, oh, write down the password. But I knew this going into Batman Arkham City. I was like, oh, no, we don't have to write down these passwords. Because it's always like, it's like a feature in the game to, like, hack these doorways, and that there's, like, a password behind it, right? But it's not like the kind of password in a game where you would write it down to, like, individually find out what each you know, word can and can't be used. It's a different type of, like, hacking in Batman Arkham City. So when he said, like, oh, no, write down, like, the password on, like, the cryptographic sequence hacking device, it's like, well, I was like, oh, no, because that's not how the crypto, you know, we don't need to write it down. We just need to figure out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about, like, writing down these passwords. It's about, like, learning how to use the device and hack with it. So then we can unlock the passwords, right? Because we don't need to write them down. It's gonna, you know what I mean? And it's just, again, it's just like one little fun little memory I have. It's not like we're like you know, fight. It was just like kind of me like going, oh no, you're good, because I had already played enough of the Batman Arkham series, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City to know that like, all right, yeah, we can just kind of move on from this. But it was cool because I had my buddy there to kind of like help me out with some of these missions that, you know, I wasn't really playing at first, because I'm still playing the game newly. You know what I'm saying? It's still a new game to me. It's still a very much a new game to me, so it's like I can't beat everything on my own. So like have like my buddy there with me on like this, right? Like that's still gaming. And now we're playing Overwatch, Marvel Rivals, Fortnite Battle Royale, Marvel's Avengers, Rainbow Six Siege, Call of Duty Warzone, all co-op, 3 to 4 players, trios, duos, squads. I mean, gaming right now could not be more peak. Am I saying that because I'm on my fucking PC? Gaming here at 24 years old in 2025, YouTube stealthxknight, the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary, bringing you that YouTube stealthxknight streaming. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just so full of passion with it, because I was in high school watching the likes of Ninja on Fortnite. Wow, I can't believe this was. I should just die right there as well. Honestly, it's a bad game, but I'm fucking tired, honestly. God, I'm streaming for about 2 hours right now, so I want to give you guys a good stream, let you guys know where I'm at. Again, I've seen Thunderbolts on Friday. That movie was awesome, and I'm just so excited. I'm loving all the I think this is my favorite thing about new Marvel movies, that I've always liked it growing up, but I'm liking it now more so than ever, like being more online social media, is that like I love the details about a movie that I like in a Marvel movie coming out, and I'm like learning all about like the production, the design about the movie that could have been. You know, details. Or I love the fact that like I'm finding out now that like Kang the Conqueror and Zemo were in like early drafts of Thunderbolts 2025. I love that. And I'm also finding out today, right? Not even like a whole week or a month. No, I'm talking about, no, Thunderbolts came out on Friday, May 2nd. Okay, Saturday, May 3rd, Sunday, May 4th. Today is Monday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. May the 5th be with you, Revenge of the 5th. Okay, I'm telling you guys right now, it is so cool. It is so cool. Okay, let me say this right now. It is so cool. That's, you know, it's not always one thing. It's always ever changing. Things like this are always ever changing in the fandom. And yeah, I just really enjoyed Thunderbolts. You know, one of my favorite characters got, you know, straight up fucking got took in the beginning of the movie, but that's like for the memes at this point. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we're all freaking about it online. Oh my gosh, Olga, I loved you as Taskmaster, okay? I loved you in Black Widow, and I was very excited for Thunderbolts because you were returning as a character. And to have you return the way you did in the MCU like this, like, it's just like, I'm not trying to say Thunderbolts is perfect, but in terms of Taskmaster's ability to like learn and copy the abilities and moves of like the Avengers, and like never have coming into contact with Ghost before. Look, I'm not trying to say Ghost is still alive and that she could still be alive, but like I'm Taskmaster and I can copy the abilities of like other heroes and villains, and then you just get shot in the head because Ghost is a quantum phase shifting, turning invisible meta-human mutant X-Men at this point, right? Like, she's cool. That is like perfect setup to bring out like Taskmaster.
3, 2, 1. Commencing attack on objective B. The objective unlocks in 10 seconds. The objective's online.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed Thunderbolts because it's a new Marvel movie. It's got that new Marvel movie newness to it. What's cool about this new Marvel movie is that it's like it's not trying to like outdo previous ones or anything. It's, if anything, it's trying to play towards the tropes of superhero movies and like touch on things that like a lot of my young generation, you know, you wouldn't care to think about it at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I really just dig everything about Thunderbolts, right? Like, not only like the movie itself that I went to go see, but I dig the cast. Like, they seem charming to me, you know, like the Avengers were charming to me at such a young age. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging Jake Schreier as a director. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can kind of feel that this was kind of the movie he wanted to make. I mean, he's working with Marvel Studios, he's working with Kevin Feige, but like in the interviews, he's talking about the collaborative process. That as a young filmmaker, screenwriter, scriptwriter, Kevin Feige, I'm saying this right now, dude, I would love to work with you and just chat with you, even just for 2 seconds about Marvel, and maybe give you my pitch for what I would do if you were to adapt Marvel's Avengers into a live into a live animated movie. Right, to a 3D animated movie. Like, I'm talking about pushing the boundaries of Pixar animation and technology, because that's what the Avengers are. That's what the Avengers deserve in terms of writing, in terms of story and characters. That's what the MCU is, right? I love the look the Russo brothers gave the Avengers in Infinity War. That's what I mean when I want them to adapt a new Avengers game into like from a movie, right? Like how Avengers 2012 was Marvel's Avengers 2020, I want Avengers Infinity War Endgame 2018-2019 to be the new Avengers game. Okay? There's years in history of comics, for sure, that we know about. But let's not only take from the comics, let's take from the animated series that people from my generation grew up watching, and all the other previous ones, like X-Men, the 90s X-Men series, X-Men the animated series, X-Men 97, the new one, the modernized one, and let's take the other animated movies and shows, like Next Avengers, Heroes of Tomorrow, Ultimate Avengers, the animated trilogy, 1 and 2, and you also have Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Avengers Assemble, Ultimate Spider-Man, is actually, with Drake Bell, is actually one of my favorite Spider-Man series. It's just so good. I love Ultimate Spider-Man. It's one of my favorite. I mean, you also have Spectacular Spider-Man. Spectacular Spider-Man is pretty damn good as well. So much to enjoy. So much to unpack. Battle Path.
Yield to my shield.
And we're gonna get Toy Story 5, man. Oh, I love Toy Story 2, dude. Don't get me wrong. Toy Story 2 is like peak. All the Star Wars, everything about Toy Story. Joyful. Junior. I mean, there's just so much to enjoy. Sick. I actually can't believe I got this skin. Mercury. That's awesome, dude. That's like my favorite fucking skin. Edgeosin, Celestial, Rainy Day. Just want to quit. I just have that one to clip. I like that one a lot. Sick. Yeah, GG. I think I'm gonna end this one here. I mean, I wanted to get the next game. The next tank, the last tank I have to do is Zarya, and then I have the DPS and the healers to go through, which is very, very exciting. But I think I'm gonna end the stream right here, right now, guys. I appreciate all the yapping and everyone stopping by. I'm gonna pick it back up here later on tomorrow, but YouTube stealthxknight will return to the YouTube stealthxknight streaming sanctuary. I appreciate all the love and support. I hope you guys enjoy the new Marvel movie Thunderbolts, because I know I did. I'm just a fan, and I have high hopes and high wishes. Really, really excited for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I'm able to like track a lot of, you know, where I've been. Not exactly every single day, every single second, every single minute, but I am able to look back and be like, oh, like in 2012, I saw the original Avengers with my dad and my younger brother. The same year, I'd also gone to see The Dark Knight Rises with my mom, my dad, and my younger brother. Like my family, my immediate family was right there with me, seeing the Dark Knight trilogy come to a climactic ending with The Dark Knight Rises 2012. I love that movie. I think Anne Hathaway as Catwoman is phenomenal. Like, she's one of my favorite characters in a movie ever. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, spoiler alert for The Dark Knight Rises if you haven't seen that Batman movie, but she screws over Batman in like the first half act of the movie. Like, you know, like halfway into the movie, she is like villain Catwoman. And then in the final acts of the movie, she is helping Batman. She is the hero Catwoman. That is the Bat-Cat relationship that I want to see on screen, and that is the Bat-Cat relationship that was delivered through Matt Reeves' The Batman 2022. I love that movie, The Batman 2022. I mean, and look, not every movie is perfect, a lot of imperfect in a lot of ways, but holy shit, I went and I saw The Batman 2022 5 times in 2022. I saw it opening week. I saw it days before its official release date, because I had seen it through a fandom early screening experience for the Batman 2022 at my IMAX theater. And I think they did that too because they know Batman is a pretty popular. I mean, Batman is a lot of what Hollywood is in terms of protagonists and just culture and a lot of these things. Batman's Batman. So I'm glad that they were able to do like a fan event. So for the people that were paying attention to, like, you know, when the tickets go on sale, like I noticed, I was like, oh, there's going to be a Batman fan screening event kind of going on. So we saw the movie on Tuesday. I saw the Batman 2022 of Tuesday, the first Tuesday of March 2022, which is crazy to think about that. Yeah, I saw the Batman on May 2nd. No, I'm sorry. I saw Thunderbolts May 2nd, 2025. No, I saw the Batman 2022 March 1st, 2025. Then I saw it later on the weekend, Friday, with my younger brother. We went back to the theater to go see it again. Then I saw it on Saturday. I went by myself. I went to the Batman. Went to go see the Batman on Saturday myself. Then I went again 2 more times. I saw the Batman 2 more times on 2 different Saturday occasions. And I'll never forget that experience of like walking into the theater. Yeah, I went and I saw the Batman by myself 3 more times. I'm not gonna lie, I went to see the Batman 3 more times by myself. That's what I did in 2022 in March. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I was like, so, I'm gonna be honest, I was actually a bit surprised that my brother wanted to go see the Batman with me again, because we had seen it on Tuesday, March 1st. And I'm like, oh, this movie's great, it's awesome, I'm definitely gonna go try to go see it again. But then I talked to my brother about it. He's like, oh yeah, let's go see it again. I was surprised, because it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know if he wants to go see it again. I don't know if he's like excited, but he wanted to go see it again. And we actually missed a little bit of the Batman. A little bit. We just kind of missed out on the Riddler's murder scene, because the lines were long for the snacks and yada yada yada. But we made it. We made it to the Batman 2022 just in time for that initial speech. I remember walking into the theater, right into our theater room, and you know, those lights come on, dun dun dun, right? That was perfect. That to me, very very time. And then we the second time I saw it that Friday with my brother, my younger brother, we were able to catch it in IMAX again. So I saw it in IMAX twice actually. I saw the Batman 2022 twice in IMAX. Once with my mom and my younger brother, and then once with my younger brother that weekend. And that was fucking awesome. I'm just looking back right now to see if I can track. So I've seen the Batman 2022 on 5 different occasions. I've seen it on March 1st, 2022. I've seen the Batman later that week on March 3rd, 2022. No, excuse me. March 3rd, 2022. I saw it on Thursday night. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. March 3rd, 2022. I saw it with my younger brother. Then I saw it on March 4th. And then again on the 5th. So that's like 4 times, actually. First. The 4th. The 5th. And I made one more effort to go see it. If I can just find out where evidence. No, but I took screenshots of my tickets just to kind of track. it's just a wonderful memory to have. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about the pictures that I can look at and be like, oh, I've seen the Batman on this date. No, it's me looking back and being like, oh yeah, I'll never forget, you know, seeing it with my family Tuesday, you know, the opening week, and then going back to the theater on Thursday to see it with my brother. We saw it on Thursday night. Yes, we went back to the theater to see it Thursday night, and then I went to the theater on Friday night to see it by myself because, you know, I'd already seen it twice already with my brother and my mom, so I wanted to catch it one more time. And I actually did ask my brother if he wanted to see it again with me once more, but he was kind of Batmaned out. Seeing it twice was like more than enough, especially for us at that young age. Yes, okay, so I keep blanking. I saw the Batman also on March 23rd, 2022. So I saw the Batman 5 times. I saw it 1, 2, 3. I saw it 4 times the first week it came out. I'm not even trolling. I saw the Batman 2022 4 times on its first release week. That's how I'm remembering it. And I do remember it because I saw it on Tuesday. Then we saw it on March 3rd, 2022. Which I'm looking on my calendar, that was a Thursday. Then I went back to see it on Friday, and then I saw it on Saturday, and then I waited 1, 2, 3, and then I waited about a few weeks, and I actually checked out the movie on a Wednesday, kind of more in the middle of the day. I went during matinee time, yeah, 12:30 p.m. It was perfect. It was one of the best experiences I've had. And I also got to see Uncharted with my mom March 27th. That was awesome. With Tom Holland. I loved Uncharted. Yeah, it's just, again, when I was supposed to end the stream, I didn't. No, but you guys have been absolutely phenomenally just supportive lately, and again, I just really appreciate the fact that I can kind of come in and yap about some of my favorite things. It just makes it really enjoyable. So yeah, again, I hope you guys are enjoying Thunderbolts. Go Thunderbolts! I love that line by John Walker in the MCU, just because, like, I'm a sports guy as well. Like, I played basketball and football in high school, so it's like I kind of already know. That really relates to me a lot of being a person from, you know, I played a lot of sports with my friends. I was on the sports team. I was on the basketball team my freshman year of high school. I know to other people that might sound kind of weird or anything, but what it really reminds me is that you want to just keep putting your best foot forward, keep trying your best, because you never know what is going to happen, and that just really excites me for the Batman Part 2 whenever that gets here. stealthxknight will return to the YouTube. stealthxknight streaming a Sanctuary.